evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back at the Copa Lounge. What a great audience. Come on, lady, laugh it up. I laugh when you come in. But seriously speaking, folks, we have a special guest with us tonight. I'd like to introduce the world's leading middleweight contender, the Bronx Bull, the Raging Bull. Let's hear it for the great Jake LaMotta, ladies and gentlemen.
No matter how big I get, no matter who I fight, no matter what I do, I ain't never gonna fight Joe Louis. I ain't never gonna get a chance to fight the best there is. And you know something? I'm better than him. I ain't never gonna get a chance. I don't know if I'm gonna make it down to 155. I'm lucky I make it to 160. And on top of that, you signed me for a fight at 155, and if I don't make the 155, I lose $15,000.
That's right.
Oh! You're supposed to be a manager. You're supposed to know what you're doing.
There's nobody left for you to fight. Everybody's afraid to fight you.
I gotta accept your answer, you know. But I'm telling you now, if I hear anything, I swear on our mother, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna kill somebody, Joey.
And LaMotta turns around. He's been playing possum. It is all over. He is knocked out. And Jake LaMotta, with 13 seconds left to go in the final round, has made one of the most remarkable comebacks in all boxing history.
It's over for me. Boxing's over for me. I'm through. I'm tired of worrying about weight all the time. That's all I used to think about was weight. After a while, you know, you realize other things in life. I mean, I'm very grateful. Boxing's been good to me. I got a nice house. I got 3 great kids. I got a wonderful, beautiful wife. What more can I ask for?
I recall every fall, every hook, every jab. The worst way a guy can get rid of his flab. As you know, my life wasn't drab. Though I'd rather hear you cheer when I delve into Shakespeare. A horse, my kingdom for a horse. I haven't had a winner in 6 months. And though I'm no Olivier, if he fought Sugar Ray, he would say that the thing ain't the ring, it's to play. So give me a stage where this bull here can rage, and though I can fight, I'd much rather recite. That's entertainment.
Raging Bull, arguably the greatest sports film of all time, and it's 30 years since Martin Scorsese's masterpiece was released. So here on 5 Live Sport, we're embarking on a special celebration of a special movie. Over the next 90 minutes, we'll be hearing the story behind the making of the epic from Scorsese himself. We'll get the memories of Jake LaMotta, whose life the film documents. I've also spoken to Robert De Niro, whose Oscar-winning performance immortalised the Bronx Bull. And current fighter Paolo Malignaggi discusses the impact the film had on him and the demise of Italian-American boxing culture. With me in the studio, renowned film critic Barry Norman and our boxing commentator Mike Costello. Barry, I said to you as you came into the studio, thank you very much for doing this, and you just said to me, no problem, it's a film worth talking about.
Well, so it is. I mean, you just described it perfectly. It is the greatest sports film ever made. Most certainly the greatest boxing film ever made, which is, having said that, then automatically means the greatest sports film, because boxing lends itself to movies far more than any other sport. And oddly enough, last week I was talking to David Putnam, you know, the producer of Chariots of Fire, etc. And out of the blue, he mentioned Raging Bull, and he said that he went to see it when it opened with the British director Alan Parker. And he said as they came out of seeing it, they turned to each other and said, we've got to raise our game. And because he said, in Putnam's view, he said, this is the perfect film. I'm not sure I'd go quite that far, because I don't think anything's perfect. But it is the most fantastic film, because it's not just about boxing. It's like a pugilistic Othello, you know, because of all that sexual jealousy that underlies the whole thing. Fantastic movie.
So much to talk about over the next 90 minutes. Mike, it's a film that every boxer has watched, if they're worth anything.
Because so much of it rings true about the boxing world. But where boxers in particular identify with the story of Jake LaMotta is that this is a man who wasn't blessed with a ton of skill, who got to the top, and to the very top. He was the first man to beat Sugar Ray Robinson, a man that many regard as the greatest boxer that ever lived. But he got there with a combination of sheer determination, resilience, courage, and a granite chin. And where boxers, a lot of boxers relate to him is here, in that he wasn't athletically gifted. He might not have made it in any other sport, and that's the case with a lot of boxers, and that's why they relate to the story of Jake LaMotta, this triumph over the odds.
Mike has interviewed LaMotta. We will hear that a little bit later on 5 Live Sport.